When you're thinking about manifestation and calling in new things, are some of you manic manifesting? So this is really important. Are some of you those folks who are like, I've got the list, I've got the vision board, I've said it 1,000 times, I told all my friends I want him, I know exactly what he looks like, and I feel like he's with me, and we're walking down the street together holding hands. You know who you are. You know who you are, right? You know exactly who you are. Look, there's nothing wrong with being clear. There's nothing wrong with being clear, but more importantly, I want you to be clear about how you want to feel, and I want you to just feel it. So tonight's intention, as you know, is to really work on not necessarily calling in something outside of ourselves, but to really begin to release all that's blocking us from that presence of what it is that we want to feel, the presence of what we want to do, and the intentions that we are here to place upon our lives. And so for some of you, you may be thinking, well, I don't know what my life's purpose is. I just need to get out of debt. Or I don't know what my life's purpose is yet, I just need to figure out how to not be codependent anymore. Or I don't know what that is yet, but I just need to feel better about myself. And you know what? Today, that is your life's purpose. Today, your purpose is to feel better about your finances. Today, your life's purpose is to feel better about your relationships and feel better about your relationship to yourself. Today, your purpose is to heal your body. Today, your purpose is to heal your mind. So as many of you know, I've been doing this work for quite some time. So I'm like, okay, I'm here to pop the tops off. I've popped my own head off. I can do it for everybody else now. But for you in your state, wherever you may be, it may be as simple as I'm here to simply heal my mind. And once you put that as your intention, and you keep it simple, and you put your own personal recovery first, then you will be guided to be seen and heard, and you'll be guided to know exactly how you are going to serve at a higher capacity. Everybody got that? So if you're thinking, okay, I don't know what my purpose is, I don't know how I can help others, I really just need to feel better, that's okay. That might be your intention tonight. I just need to feel better. And so whatever you came in here thinking, I need that girl, I need that guy, I need that money, I need that body, let it go. I need to assume an energy of what it is that I want to experience. So if you feel like you've been living in lack and you've been broke and you've been going into debt, the work here is to begin to assume the energy of what it feels to be relaxed about your finances. The work is to release the fear around your finances. The work is to begin to celebrate what you do have and stop looking at what you don't have, and to assume the energy of abundance regardless of what's going on in your bank account. If you've come here thinking, I'm single, I'm single, I'm single, I'm 30, I hate myself, I'm single, you know who you are. Your work is to start to begin to say, I'm single and I love myself. My first and foremost commitment is to fall in love with me. I am excited about the relationship I am building with myself, and assume the energy of self-love. Assume the energy of excitement towards building a relationship with yourself, and release the lack mentality around romance. The same thing goes with your body. Start getting excited about going to the gym. So we're going to get deeper into the lessons of how we do this, but rather than thinking I need to get that thing to make me feel better, we're going into a conversation now of I'm going to assume the energy of already having it. I am complete, I am whole, I am full, with or without the given circumstances that I think I need. All is good, all is well. Everybody with me? Some of you are thinking, but what about the cash? What about the girlfriend? The cash, the girlfriend, the body, it all shows up, folks. It all comes. It comes in far greater ways than you could imagine once you get out of the way. Once you stop thinking it's my way or the highway, once you stop thinking I need to make it happen. Everybody with me on that? Good, okay. So my first question to all of you is, what is your ing, your spirit, you know I call ing inner guidance, what is your ing asking you and calling you to do today? Is your ing calling you to release your fears? Is your ing calling you to serve others and stop serving yourself? Is your ing calling you to start healing your body and stop abusing yourself with drugs or food or cigarettes? Is your ing calling you to stop focusing on your lack and start focusing on what you do have? What is your inner guide calling you to do? In my case today, my ing was calling me to pop all the heads off, everybody. Pop all the tops off. That's what my ing is calling me to do. What is your inner guide calling you to do? And you may want to write this down. If you have a notebook, feel free to write this down. And you may not know in this moment So your first piece of homework is to take this home with you this weekend. Sit in stillness, much like I did, at a much less expensive rate. Sit in stillness and just allow yourself to settle into a meditative state. You can use one of my free meditations on gabbyb.tv. You can get the Spirit Junkie album. You can sit in a meditation, be guided. And in 5 minutes of sitting in meditation, I want you to just do a free writing exercise of answering the question, what is my inner guide asking me to do right now? Whatever that may be. For each of you, it's unique, but it's still the same. Underneath all of it, we're being called to heal our own minds so that we can help heal the minds of others. That's really underneath everything, is our own fear recovery, which will get us everything we desire, but more importantly, which will give us a life that is free-flowing, a life that is energized, a life that is of service, a life that is happy, a life that is with ease. And all of us can attain that lifestyle once we really disconnect from I need that thing to be happy and reconnect to a place of I'm going to attain that state of happiness with or without whatever is going on around me. Cool? Good. I liked this. I said, what's singing inside of you that needs to come through? Is there something that you need to say? Is there something that you need to be? Is there a yogi inside of you who needs to move? Is there a green juice goddess who needs to begin juicing? Is there someone who needs to begin serving? Is there something where you've been spending months and months and months focusing on all of your own problems? If so, go out and be of service to somebody else. I love that Aung San Suu Kyi quote. If you're feeling helpless, help someone. If you're feeling helpless, help someone. And your intention creates your reality is going to be our new mantra. This is a great Wayne Dyer quote. My intention creates my reality. So remembering that if your intention is I need, then your reality is always I need. If your intention is I'm here to serve, then you begin to be beautifully offered amazing opportunities to serve, and you will be served right back. So we see that difference, everyone, right? I want you to begin to see how A Course in Miracles teaches us that let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. So a lot of you are saying, okay, I want to get to that place where I identify what it is that I want to feel internally, but how do I get there? How do I assume the energy of what it is that I want to feel? And so what we have to do, as the Course teaches, is release all the blocks to the presence of love within us, release all the blocks to the presence of our happiness, release all the blocks to the presence of our abundance, release all the blocks to the presence of our inner peace. And as the Course says, let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. So the first step in that homework, where you sit in stillness and you ask yourself, what am I here to do today? What you may begin to hear is something that you didn't even realize. Maybe your inner guide comes forward and says, you're here to heal this condition. You're here to forgive your parents. You're here to forgive yourself. Whatever comes forward, honor it, because you will be given information that your logical mind can't necessarily hear. And the information that you will be given is that moment when you recognize what needs to be healed. Does everybody get that? Good. So asking yourself very clearly, what am I here to do, is also, in a sense, asking yourself, what is it that needs to be healed? And upon recognizing what we need to work on, when we get really honest with ourselves, we begin to set the stage for those necessary teachers, those necessary opportunities for healing, the group coaching, the lectures, the workshops, the books, all of it will come forward. All that we need will be guided to. So first and foremost, identify what is blocking you from being in that present state of abundance, that present state of awareness of happiness, that present state of feeling good about your romances, feeling good about yourself. Really getting clear about what it is that's blocking you. Then beginning, once you recognize and you get super honest, I'm focusing so much on my lack. I hate my body, and all I do is talk about how much I hate my body. I don't feel like I can have a romantic partner, and that's all I talk about, and that's all I think about. I'm constantly comparing myself to others. I'm constantly judging others. I'm constantly feeling like I'm in lack. I'm constantly feeling low energy. What you'll begin to see is how you are co-creating your reality. And so what I ask you to do is start to pay close attention to the ways that your thoughts are affecting your energy and the way that your energy is affecting your reality. Because you are always manifesting. You came here tonight to learn how to manifest. You're always manifesting. Sometimes you're manifesting greatness because you are living in a state of grace, you're living in a state of peace, you are living in a state of calm and allowing and staying committed to your purpose, which is to do whatever it is, to heal, to help people. You're living in that state and you're manifesting greatness. Or you're living in I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I don't have enough, and you're manifesting chaos and crap. And I genuinely believe that worry is a prayer for chaos. So I'm asking you, once you identify what it is that you've been telling yourself, once you identify what it is that you've been doing and saying, because it's not just what you're thinking, it's what you're saying. I had an experience recently with some friends where we were all sitting around a table, and all I heard around that table was such a serious lack mentality. There's not enough, I can't get the job I want, I can't get the money I want, I can't get the money I need to support my philanthropic belief systems, I can't. So much fear, so much lack, so much lack, so much lack, so much lack. And I looked at these people and I said, God bless you all, but how do you think that mentality is going to get you anywhere? How do you think that mentality is going to serve our economy? How do you think that mentality is going to serve your finances? Because it won't. So if you're sitting around the table saying, I can't, I don't have enough, I have too much debt, I'm in lack, you got to stop it. You got to end the conversation. You may not be able to end dialogue in your mind right away, that's a practice, but you can begin to ask yourself, wait, why am I talking? You can use my acronym whenever you want. Why am I talking? Because in those moments when we catch ourselves being like, oh my God, you know what, man? I really just can't get that girl, right? How is that helping you get the girl? You know what, I can't keep that money in the bank. How is that helping you even conceive of bringing in more? So begin to change the dialogue. Become conscious of your actions. How are your actions blocking you from being in a state and awareness of abundance or happiness or peace? What are your actions? If you want to heal your body, but every day you're walking to McDonald's, how is that serving you? Right? If you want to get better at yoga and manifest a body like Tara Stiles in this room, there's Tara Stiles in the room, if you want to have that kind of body, rather than walking to McDonald's every day, go pick up Tara Stiles' new book. I'm going to plug it right now, Yoga Cures. Go pick up Yoga Cures. So whatever it is that's going on for you right now, there's obviously a choice that can be made that is different than the choices you have been making. And it's really important for people like myself to show up in your life in whatever form we show up, whether it's through YouTube or whether it's through books or through live lectures, to remind you that your thoughts and your actions are creating your reality. And if you want a different reality, you can have it if you choose to change your mind, your thoughts, and your actions. Got it? And your words. So back to that conversation of all the people sitting around the table in lack. It was heartbreaking to me. I spoke up really loud and somewhat offensively, and I made my voice heard, and I said, this is not how we can be. We must show up for our finances. We must show up for our faith in our finances, because no matter what it looks like on the outside, if you continue to focus on the lack, you will create more lack. Got it? We're going to get deeper into how to release it. And then the next question I have for you is, when you're thinking about manifestation and calling in new things, are some of you manic manifesting? So this is really important. Are some of you those folks who are like, I've got the list, I've got the vision board, I've said it 1,000 times, I told all my friends I want him, I know exactly what he looks like, and I feel like he's with me, and we're walking down the street together holding hands. You know who you are. You know who you are, right? You know exactly who you are. Look, there's nothing wrong with being clear. There's nothing wrong with being clear, but more importantly, I want you to be clear about how you want to feel, and I want you to just feel it. It's not about having the vision board that's perfect. It's not about having the most amazing list. You can do all that work. You can get clear. You can be, and if anyone doesn't know what a vision board, it's a beautiful board where you put all of your images of what you want, and plenty of people spend a lot of time on that board, but they don't get into the energy of what it feels like. And so they spend a lot of time with the list, and they spend a lot of time with the board, and they spend a lot of time talking about it, but they don't assume the energy of what it feels like to be in that manifestation now. Assuming the energy of what it felt like to pop off all your tops really helped me call in something that will help me do it. Assuming that energy just brought me into a state of being, you are already there, sister. You are already doing this exactly as you are on your video blogs, in your lectures, on Twitter and Facebook. You are already there, and you want more, but you are already there. So acknowledging and accepting that I'm already in the place that I am, even though I want it to be more, I am already there. So if you want a romantic partner, make sure you have a real hot romance with yourself. If you want more money, make sure you have a real good relationship with the money you currently have. If you want a new job, make sure you have a real good relationship with the job you have today. Everybody get that? People think, oh, well, if I appreciate my job that I have now, then I'll only stay there. No, absolutely not. If you appreciate the job that you have now, then you show up to that job with grace. You show up to that job with a good attitude. You show up to that job with a better approach. You show up to that job with more energy. That job begins to thank you. That job says, wait, maybe there's another job for you. That job then says, here, you're promoted. Here's some more money. Have a great life. You create your reality. Your intentions create your reality. So if you are constantly in a place of thinking, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, you are serving that. Everybody's with me now. I know you are. So rather than focusing on that manic manifesting, first and foremost, get honest if you are one of them. If you are, please raise your hands now. Manic manifestors, just get honest, people. Get your hands up. Manic manifestors. So you're reading the books, you're doing the work, you think, but your energy, what's your energy like? Scream it to me. What's your energy like? Frantic? Win. What was that? Win. When, you're saying when. Got it, yes, okay. What is your energy saying when? Your energy's needy, right? It's controlling. It's manipulative. It's frightened. It's chaotic. What does that girl look like on a date? So what is your energy doing? How is your manic manifesting affecting your genuine manifestation? So I want you to get clear about that. And then the next piece here is just to become super conscious, and maybe you take yourself for the next 30 days, where you can use that exercise in my ink book where you put the little rubber band around your wrist. I hope you're enjoying this show, and if you want to get more Gabby, you can click the link below, subscribe to my Dear Gabby podcast on Apple, be the first to know when the episodes drop because they come out 1 week before the video, and you can download it to your phone, listen to it while you're driving, while you're cooking, while you're working out. You can just get more Gabby wherever you are, and if you feel called, leave a review. I'd love to hear from you. Now let's get back to this episode. And you snap the rubber band every time you catch yourself talking about lack, or you catch yourself, avoiding your finances, or you catch yourself eating the hamburger, or you catch yourself manic manifesting. Just check yourself before you wreck yourself, and snap your wrist, right? So take that little, everybody got that? You hear yourself, you're in the conversation with your girlfriend, and you're like, oh my God, I can't get it. I don't know what's going on. The man won't call me back. I can't kill myself. Oh my God. And then all of a sudden, instead of continuing, snap the rubber band. I say, I forgive myself for my lack mentality. I forgive myself for my fear. I choose to see this differently. That's it. You don't need to figure out what to see differently. You just need to say, I choose to see this differently, and you will be given all you need to see something differently. Just yesterday, I started my day, and it was the day that Tara, this is about you, Tara was coming on my radio show, and we were pre-recording my Hay House radio show. Just a little plug. Every Wednesday, I do a radio show on Hay House, and it really, really rocks. I really love it. I hope you join me. 12 noon, hayhouseradio.com. Come listen to me. Yeah, and Tara's show will be on in June. And so, actually, yeah, sooner than that. Anyway, I had a call with Tara to do a pre-record for the radio show. I had 2 lectures to put on the next day in Toronto. I had a lot to do. I had, workshops to put together, a whole bunch of stuff to do, finishing my new book, a lot going on, deadlines, hotlines, a lot of stuff, okay? And I was kind of freaking out, and I woke up in the morning, and my ego, my fear voice said, OMG, OMG, you have way too much to do. And so my first thought was, okay, maybe I can cancel on Tara. And literally this thought went through my head, and then I was just like, okay, no, stop, drop, and meditate. So I sat on my meditation pillow, and I just sat in stillness for 5 minutes, and I just listened to my inner guide, and I said a prayer. I said, I pray To all the angels, to all the guides, to all of the energy of the highest truth and compassion, I pray for my time to expand, for my day to be supported, for all that I need to be brought to me, for all the energy I need to be brought to me, for everything to get done with a lot of grace and dignity. I say a prayer, please expand my day now. Thank you very much. Then I began to feel calmer immediately because prayer is the medium for miracles, as it says in A Course in Miracles. Prayer is the medium for miracles. So in that moment, I said that prayer and I began to just relax. I began to just feel that time begin to expand, and I felt calmer. And the first manifestation was that I felt better. The first manifestation was that I was more energized because I had said that prayer and I had taken a deep breath. And I continued on and I did the call with Tara. And it was one of my best Hay House radio shows, Tara. It was so fun. And at the end of the call, I said to you, I'm so energized. I was like, thank you, I'm so energized. And it felt so good to be on the phone with my friend, to serve people, and to talk about her new book, and to have a really good time. And I was like, this is great, we need to do this more. And we were riffing, and we were really flowing, and it really energized me. So Spirit works through people, and Tara energized me. And as soon as I was energized from that experience with Tara, I went on to the next thing. And then I went on to the next right action. And I went on to the next right action. Before I knew it, I was in my group coaching, and it was 9 o'clock at night, and I was like, wow, that was a really fun day. And none of the stuff that I was hung up about, none of the negativity, none of the stuff about I can't get it done, all of it got done, and I actually think I did even more. And I felt really good and really energized, and I manifested a day filled with grace, filled with love, filled with a lot of things got done, and a lot of flow occurred. And that was because my intentions created my reality, and I said that prayer, and I chose that day. So in that moment, when you check yourself before you wreck yourself and you snap that rubber band and you recognize, oh, this isn't going to work, that's when the miracle can occur. That beautiful divine moment when you recognize the problem so that the solution can be given to you. Recognize the problem so the solution can be given to you, and the simple right action is to say, this is not working, this is not serving me. I forgive myself for having this thought, I choose to see things differently. And I encourage you and I welcome you to take that exercise, check yourself before you wreck yourself, take it with you all day long, all throughout the day, every single day, maybe for the next 30 days. In that 30-day period, it will become so second nature that you won't need your rubber band anymore. And it will just be something that you do in your mind. And just because I've spent 7 years being consciously opening my mind every moment, conscious contact with my inner guidance system, one moment at a time saying, that's not going to work, I forgive myself, I choose to see this differently. That's not going to work, I forgive myself, I choose to see this differently. All day long, all day long, all day long, I live a miraculous, fucking awesome life. Thank you. Sorry, Dad. No more cursing. So it's really our choice, and it's a moment-to-moment commitment to recognizing what is wrong. How is that negativity affecting your energy? How is it affecting your thoughts? How is it affecting the people around you? How is it affecting the guy you're on a date with? How is it affecting your finances? How is it affecting your body? How is it affecting your relationship to your family? How is it affecting you? I forgive myself. I forgive that person. And even if you don't necessarily know what it means to forgive yourself, saying it is the first action. Acknowledging that you're willing to forgive yourself sets the forgiveness process in motion. People get so hung up. I have no idea how to forgive. I have no idea how to forgive. The simplicity is just to acknowledge that you're willing to and pray for forgiveness. And with that prayer, you will be given all you need to forgive, release, let go, and start over. And one day at a time, it will become easier and easier and more concrete. Okay? All right, so we're going to be praying for miracles. Celebrating what we do have will create more of what we want. And so when we want to manifest more of something into our life, we need to celebrate what we do have rather than fear what we don't. And so once again, using all three of these examples, I'm using your body, I'm using your money, I'm using your relationships. Obviously, there's other examples in your life. These are the three big ones. People want coming here all the time wanting cash, sex, or a size 4. Or 6 or whatever. But cash, sex, and the body. That's what you all come thinking you want, and I'm here to teach you how to find a spiritual relationship that will help you grow and learn. And so what I want to start to begin to look at is how you are thinking in ways that will begin to expand your capacity to call more in, and that will be celebrating what you do have. So in those moments, and these are some really fun exercises. In those moments, let's say if you are dating but you aren't really loving the people that you're meeting, but you still have a date, but you don't really think you're going to like the guy. Rather than showing up on the date, or gal, there's plenty of men in this room. Let's just hear it for the amazing men that keep coming back. The boxers in the back of the house, my dad's here, the husbands are here, the men are in the house. Spirit junkie men in the house. David, Harold, Russell, thank you. Okay, so it's good. This is good ratio is getting better. So what I want to do is I want to start to really look at, you want to go on that date with that guy or that girl, and you're thinking to yourself, I don't really think I like this person. I know already that I don't like them, but I'm still going to go on the date because I already committed to it and I really don't want to, but I will. But you want to call in a romantic relationship. Going on that date with anything but your highest truth is not going to help you call in what you do want. So going on that date, celebrating the fact that you have a date, celebrating the fact that you have an opportunity to practice being your highest self. Celebrating the fact that you have the opportunity to make a new friend, to learn something new, to exchange energy in a really positive way, and to raise your vibration so that you become a magnet for more of what you want is the way that I would hope you can begin celebrating that date. Rather than looking at that date, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. I don't want to be here. Oh my God, he's 5'2". Oh God, right? Whatever. God bless anyone who's 5'2". I apologize. I didn't mean to say that. I'm 5'2". Okay. So, but whatever it is that's going on in your mind, no offense to anybody, whatever's going on in your mind, changing the dialogue. Choosing to celebrate that date as an opportunity to be in your highest truth, to be in your presence of who you want to be in a relationship, rather than feeling like I need to be in a relationship to be my best self in a relationship. Be your best self in every relationship you have, and you will be a magnet for the relationship you want. Does everybody get that? Be your highest self in every relationship you have, and you will become a magnet for the relationship you want. You can tweet it with the Spirit Junkie hashtag. Be a magnet in the sense that you are assuming the energy of what it is that you want to be. So rather than saving yourself for that perfect partner who eventually will drive you effing crazy, rather than saving yourself for that perfect manifestation, why don't you begin manifesting that energy now by assuming the energy of who it is that you want to be in a relationship to your boss, in a relationship to your sisters, in a relationship to your best friend, in a relationship to your father, in a relationship to the date that you don't even think you like. And celebrate the fact that you have a date. Celebrate the fact that you can exchange energy. Celebrate the fact that you've learned something new. Celebrate the fact that you've made a new friend. Everybody with me on that? Good. I'm not even asking anymore. You're with me. The next piece here is with your finances, right? So you've got debt, you've got issues, you've got laid off, you're on unemployment. Celebrate that money that's coming in every month. Celebrate the money that you do have, and then each month when you pay off that debt, say a prayer and say, thank you, universe, for giving me this abundance. I'm so grateful for being able to pay off this debt in the best way I can. Here is my check. Say a blessing as you write your checks every month. Pray on every check. God bless you, thank you. May this be serving all that is there, rather than focusing, oh my God, I can't believe I'm writing another check. Oh God. Or stacking it. I remember I had one woman come to a lecture recently saying, I'm going to out myself. I don't even want to open my mail. You know that, that's serious. I don't even want to open my mail. And so open all that mail, get a really nice mail opener, and slip it open and just celebrate that experience. Maybe you set a cup of coffee or a tea next to you, light a candle. Make it a sacred experience to pay off your bills. I'm totally not kidding. I do this. I love paying people, by the way. I love paying you guys. I love paying Middle Church. I love it, I love it, I love it. I love paying people. And because I love paying people, I receive a lot. I love donating, I love giving, and I love paying people. I don't like mindlessly spending. That's not a good idea. I don't throw my money around. I'm extremely conscious of how I spend. But when I do spend, when I pay Alyssa or I pay Noelle, I love you guys so much for the work that you do, and it is a great gift and an honor to be able to pay you. Harold, you rock, man. I love giving you checks. I love paying people. Okay, so really good energy around spending, right? It really helps me attract more. I'm not in a lack mentality. I don't come across as cheap, but I'm very mindful of my finances. But I love it when I do feel good about what I'm spending. okay? So start to feel good about how you're spending. And if there's things that you don't feel good about spending, like there was a period of time where my friend Julie Rath, who's a stylist here, she's been coaching me through an experience of overspending on really low quality things. Because I had an old bad habit. I sort of grew up in this way where like my mom used to always buy me sort of like sale items and stuff, and God bless her, it was just how she learned to shop. This is what she learned, and she learned it from her upbringing. And so being brought up in that way where it was like seeing sales and then feeling guilty because I didn't really want it, and somebody spent money on something I didn't even really want, and wanting to attain the energy of buying things I genuinely liked, I was getting into a real low level spending habit of going into the high-low, especially the low stores, like the ones on Broadway that don't even have a real name, and buying like cheap plastic crap. And just filling my closet with this crap, and it was becoming this weird addiction where it was like $150 there and $150, and that money adds up. And after a year, I could have bought myself a really hot pair of shoes, right? And it just added up and added up and added up, and I just kept calling Julie after I did it, and she was like, "Okay, you'll do better next time." And then I just had to put myself on a cleanse. I just put myself on 90 days off of shopping in those low stores. 90 days off of it, and then hopefully a lifetime commitment. So 90 days, so I recognized how certain spending habits were really sinking me, how they were sucking me dry, how they were making me feel like I was in lack, how they were holding me back, and they were making me feel bad. And so I really got clear and conscious, once again, becoming mindful of how I was blocking my manifestations. I can't bring more great stuff into my closet if I keep bringing crap in, right? It's the same way you can't bring in a great man if you keep bringing in crappy negative ideas, negative energy, right? So you want to be able to clear your closet, clear your mind. And that's what we began to do. So we threw out 7 bags of clothes, and I'm on 90 days of no more shopping in negative, gross, cheap plastic stores. Sorry, Forever 21. God bless you all. And so that's the story. So you have to be mindful. And so then now, when I do buy something, I can celebrate the new hot shoes that I just bought, that I love because they're what I wanted. They're something that I earned, and I feel really good putting them on. And there's nothing wrong with feeling good with fashion because you love it, because you care about it, and it was a purchase that you made that you felt good about, and celebrating that purchase. And then again, once again, saying that prayer every time you write those checks. Saying that prayer every time you pay off a chunk of that debt. Saying a prayer when that money comes in and saying, I'm so grateful for this money coming in, rather than saying, oh my God, look how much the IRS took. You know what? My accountant sent me an email and she was like, sorry that we're taking this much money, but congratulations. Like there's certain moments when you have to just, and I thought that was a great manifestation, rather than going into a place of like, oh my God, I robbed Spirit Junkie, IRS. I was going into that place of recognizing, I'm happy to pay this money, I'm happy to serve my people, right? I'm happy to serve my people. It's gonna go to somebody's unemployment. It's gonna go to someone's healthcare. It's gonna help, okay? And so really starting to get into the energy of really feeling good about how we spend. But not spending for some silly reason. Be really mindful of how you spend, but feel good about the mindful spending. Got it? Good. And then there's a really nice exercise that the Abrahams, Esther and Jerry Hicks and the Abrahams have, and they're the kings and queens of manifesting. The book, The Law of Attraction, came from them. And they have a really nice exercise of walking around as though you have a $100 bill in your pocket. And even if you don't, you could put a $100 bill in your pocket. If you don't have it, you could just imagine that there's a $100 bill in your pocket. And it's neat to actually put the actual 100 in there. And then you walk around and you envision yourself spending that 100. So you see yourself spending the 100 on that nice bag, and then you see yourself, okay, I just bought myself dinner there, and then I just bought myself that nice pair of shoes, and I bought my best friend that gift. And you start assuming the energy of abundance, even if you're not actually spending it. And so the goal here is to attain that energy of abundance and be in that state of abundance, regardless of actually being able to exchange the currency. Because what's happening is you're actually energetically exchanging currency. You're energetically putting it out to the universe. I am abundant. I am free. Throughout my entire life, I talk about this all the time. There was many points in my life where I was living hand to mouth. I was living with the garbage pails clanking outside my window. I was paying for the gas with the quarters at the bottom of my car. And I always felt abundant. I just felt abundant. The world thought I was abundant. That was reflected back to me. And the more I lived and dwelled in that space of abundance, the more comfortable I felt, receiving, and the more I believed I could receive. So, and the interesting thing that happens when we start to dwell in the space of abundance is that we also open up creative ideas. And this is the next step here in the process, is to welcome in creative ideas. Many of us, when we're sitting around, like when I was sitting around that table with my sisters a week ago, and the conversation was all about lack, when I stepped in and I bulldozed in, I said, well, what about the creative capacity to earn? So just as an example, if you're a journalist or you're a writer and you feel like you can't make money in the traditional way, then why are you not growing a YouTube channel or growing a Facebook page or growing something or growing a Twitter feed? When we grow our following and we have an audience, we become more of an opportunity to earn. We create the capacity to earn. The only reason I'm standing here tonight with all of you in this audience is because I rock at Twitter. It's because I'm really conscious of social media. I don't actually advertise much. I send a few emails and I tweet and Facebook and all of you show up because I've spent time and I've thought creatively. I didn't think, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to have to do this the traditional way and I need to get traditional media to get people in the room and I can only do it in this square box, and if I don't get that ad in that paper, then they won't come. Instead, I said, no, share good content for free. Put out a ridiculously awesome video blog every Monday. Everybody, I love my video blog. And eventually that video blog will become something that will be monetized. Hang out and watch what happens, okay? Eventually that Twitter feed becomes a way of earning, because a lot of brands want to work with me now because I have 28,000 Twitter followers, right? Eventually that Facebook page becomes a really great way for sending the message that you have a new lecture. And most importantly, it's a place for you to carry your message. So rather than thinking, okay, I want to get paid as a writer, but I'm not getting paid yet, and so therefore I can't be a writer, stop that, start your blog, build your following. Jenny Sansucci is a great example, healthycrush.com. Her website, you've in some months made close to your rent with your ad sales. In some months, she has made close to her rent in her ad sales by having a really good site with content that she loves and really being mindful of the ads. If you can make your rent with your ad sales, you have a lot of creative time to do other stuff, right? So finding creative ways. We have so many opportunities to make extra money right now. So if you are working in a traditional job environment, what are the creative ways for you to make money on the side? What do you love doing? One of my great, incredible clients, Bethany Butzer, she's in Canada. She got up on the microphone in Toronto and told the story about how she's an author and she's a coach and she's a speaker, and she was, really working to grow that money, but she was so sort of manifesting. She was holding so tightly on what she was manifesting. And she was feeling like people weren't showing up to the lectures and people weren't spending the money they wanted her to. And I guided her to recognize that she wasn't assuming the energy of abundance. And so I asked her, I said, what do you like to do? What makes you feel good? What inspires you? And she says, well, I've always loved working in gardens. I always thought that I would be a gardener or work in a farm center. And I said, okay, interesting. Open up to that. My homework for her was to go spend more time outdoors. And so she started to spend more time outdoors. She started walking. She started seeing what was going on. And as she one day drove by the farm center, it was it's a really nice place where I guess there's a local farm stand. She drove by the farm stand. There's a garden there. There's people working there. And she was thinking to herself, her creative capacity said, get a job at the farm center. Go see what you can do at the farm center. And had I not said, start thinking about what you want, she would have sped past the farm center thinking, I got to get back to my computer so I can send out that email so I can get more people to come to my coaching session, so I can earn money this month, so I can pay my bills, so I can get by. Oh my God, I hate myself. Oh God, right? That's where she would have gone. But because she opened up that capacity to think about what's creative for her and what's fun for her, today she has a job at the farm center. She works there 3 days a week. And as a result of working there and dwelling in a state of abundance and earning money when otherwise she may have been sitting at her computer being like, where's my people, where's the money, why isn't it coming in? She's now out in the field, she's growing plants, she's growing her own capacity to call in what she desires. And she actually made more money this month with her coaching and with her books than she has in months as a result of dwelling in the energy of abundance. And so I ask you to get creative. I ask you to think about what it is that makes you feel good. I know many of you, because you love dancing and you just danced and danced and danced, all of a sudden that dancing is what you do. Chelsea Kotzerin, one of my favorite coaching clients, I love her so much, she's in LA. Chelsea spent years doing S-Factor pole dancing. She got to level 6, she just danced every week, dance class, dance class, dance class. It changed her life, it changed her life, it changed her life. And she always stayed open to what that could be to actually be a teacher. One day they were saying teacher training, she went for fun. She got asked to teach. She's in LA at Sheila Kelly's S Factor. Now Sheila brings her on her retreats. She's one of their greatest teachers. This only happened because she did what she loved and she attained that energy. She worked a full-time job for 3-4 years while she was dancing for fun, and now she dances and she has clients and she serves a lot of people. So dwell in what you love. Do what inspires you. If you want to make money as an artist, make sure you're creating art. How many artists out there saying, oh, I want to be an artist, I want to be an artist, I'm an artist, but you haven't worked in months? The only way that I can stand up here on this stage as a speaker and have this audience and have this as my career today is because I spent 8 years speaking for free. 8 years in and out of universities, 8 years in and out of women's organizations, pro-choice nonprofits, wherever someone gave me a microphone, I was like, I got something to say. And I clearly did. And I continued to say something more and more and more. But that became what my effortless actions became my career, became my vocation. And so what are your effortless actions? What do you love? And make sure you're doing it. Make sure you're dwelling in it. I love this. I wrote, manifestation occurs when you shift the dialogue, turn it around, change the conversation, and reach for a vibration that feels good for you. When you feel that energy that feels good for you. This way, you can clear space to share your true gifts and intentions with the world. Change your mind, turn it around, assume a new energy, and share your gifts. So now Bethany's greatly sharing her gifts in that farm center, right? And now greatly sharing her gifts with her coaching clients because she's teaching others how to be inspired. You got that? It's amazing. So to close out my part, I really want to take questions from everybody. So I want to give you the manifestation mindset qualities. What are the qualities of someone who is living with a manifestation mindset? So the first one is that creative capacity to think in an innovative way. So the same way, rather than canceling on Tara, I said, you know what, I'm going to say a prayer. Bethany, rather than thinking she could only make money one way, she just opened up her capacity to think she could maybe make money as a gardener. The creative capacity to think of new things, to think of new opportunities. Your creative mind will say, go on that date with that guy, even though he doesn't seem like the kind of guy you want to go on a date with, and all of a sudden that guy becomes your husband. Your creative mind is your ing. Your creative mind is your spirit. Your non-creative, linear, focused to-do list, this, that, let's make it look like this, that's your ego. That works sometimes for some things, and we need to be practical, we need to look at things. But that ego without your ing is fear. It is fear, it holds you back, it's small, and it keeps you stuck. So we need to begin to bring in that creative capacity to see new directions. The manifestation mind is also faithful. So it's that person who is committed to recognizing, okay, you know what? I have fear. Everybody does. I, Gabrielle Bernstein, have fear. I am committed and faithful to love. Every one day at a time, I commit to love. And the more I commit to love, the more love is all I see. And so one day at a time, I show up and I say, snap that rubber band in my mind. That wasn't working. I forgive myself. I choose to see this differently. Show me what you got. This is my pattern, moment-to-moment faithfulness, faithful to love. Become more faithful to love and miracles than you are to fear and lack. Become more faithful to love and miracles, and you will be living in a manifestation mindset. It doesn't mean that your fears disappear. It doesn't mean that you don't wake up every day with anxiety. It doesn't mean that it's gone immediately. But it does mean that it gets better and better every day. One day you wake up and you say, holy crap, I went through 5 hours this morning without feeling anxious. I spent decades waking up anxious. I spent decades making everybody crazy with my own anxiety. And all of a sudden, one day it was gone because I tirelessly and faithfully committed to love and miracles, and then woke up one day and I wasn't anxious anymore. And that anxiety has never, ever come back. It never came back. Gone. And that's a practice, it's a commitment, and it's faithfulness. So making that fearless commitment one day at a time to witness your fear, choose to change your mind, and pray for a miracle. The miracle is just that shift in perception. The miracle is the moment I said, let's do the show with Tara, got off the show and said, woo, I feel so energized. This is a miracle. That is a miracle. A miracle is the moment that you say, I'm so excited about this date, and you make a new friend. The miracle is the moment that you choose to say, I love the fact that I can pay off my bills, I say a prayer, and then that next day, you know what? You feel good, and you call in that new job. The miracle is that you feel good. The miracle is that you release. And then really groovy stuff occurs because you're always attracting towards you what you are putting out. So if you're vibrating at a released, loving, relaxed way, so much greatness can come towards you in far greater ways than you could ever imagine. If you like this video and you want to get more Gabby, check out the next one right over here.